the 2K Sports pregame show.
That's right, it's here, the official start of the new NBA season. I'm Ernie Johnson, excited to be here once again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith for another go-around. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the Timberwolves, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. And here we are, opening night of the new NBA season. Every club at this point can be optimistic. Some teams just looking to make the playoffs, others with much higher aspirations, Kenny.
Yeah, well, some people would say that you can start with a clean slate. But then certain people are saying we're building off of
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. Western Conference battles always fun. This time it's the Los Angeles Lakers intent on protecting home court. This is the first they're seeing of the Timberwolves here. First game of the NBA's regular season for them. In a season ago, Clark, they won the matchup, winning 3 and losing just 1.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, then again, so did a lot of other teams.
Hey, Greg, we got to be honest here, which is really the only way I roll. Neither of these teams are world beaters. But you've got to start somewhere. A win tonight would be a step in the right direction.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Martin and Wiggins out on the perimeter. Garnett out there with Towns. And it's Rubio in at the 1. Hibbert hits the bucket.
And last season, really a tale of 2 halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
Now here's Wiggins. Left side, Martin. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Martin's got his first bucket of the night. And here is Los Angeles now. Well, the Wolves improved just very slightly last year in terms of wins, Clark. The quality of play on the floor, though, was visible.
Yeah, and the team's point differential was a lot better with Rubio in the lineup. They did have some big wins over quality teams, and Rubio's impact was certainly noticeable.
Here's Martin following the basket by Kobe Bryant. Martin kicks to Garnett. Wiggins outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Rubio. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. It's Young on the wing, covered by Martin. Bryant passes to Young. Got a piece of it. Towns with the steal. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Martin dishes to Rubio. Back to Martin. Lets it go from 11, and he gets it to go. And here's Los Angeles, trailing by 2. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I was able to talk with Flip Saunders for a minute. They'll be up against one of the true giants of the league in Roy Hibbert. And he talked about how impressed he is with Hibbert's dedication to improving his game, saying he's gotten better year after year. And now is one of the guys you have to account for really at both ends of the floor. Defensively, you've got to get low and try to root him out of the paint. And then on offense, we'll probably look to put him in pick and rolls to test his mobility. Seems like a smart strategy, guys. We'll see how they do.
All right, Doris. Free throw good, Russell. 2 straight seasons of no playoffs for the Lakers after last year's miss. Not what they were hoping for.
It's going to be a growing process, Kevin. They had a young team and an injured superstar in Kobe both years. Hard to make the playoffs in that situation.
And so Russell hits them both.
And guys, for the Lakers, you'd have to go back almost 40 years to find a time when the Lakers missed the postseason in back-to-back years. Fortunately for them, they won 2 titles in the next 6 years after that.
And it's doubtful that the Lakers will win multiple titles in the coming years unless something drastic happens. Still, this is a franchise committed to success, and they'll do whatever it takes to get back into the postseason.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Wiggins.
Well, it didn't take long for us to see just how explosive Andrew Wiggins can be in the air. I mean, had a handful of huge dunks throughout the course of the season. He's going to make a lot of posters during his NBA career.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Well, Greg, you're right. It's clear to see with Wiggins. He is already fearless with his dunks. Clark, he'll go right at any big man with impunity and finish over him.
Yeah, and I think people knew he was a special dunker, but they didn't know how aggressive he would be in attacking the basket. That's where he surprised them.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. KG, that's good.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
The drive by Russell. Rubio with the rebound.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
And it's Wiggins missing.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Rubio outside. Garnett with the screen for Rubio. To the inside. And Garnett misses.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Russell against Rubio. Outside Martin. On the wing, Wiggins. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
And let's check out the numbers for Kobe Bryant. He had a strong showing last season. He put up about 22 points a game, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And after a disappointing season last time around, he's got to feel like he's got a lot to prove.
Well, he's got the talent. I mean, he just needs to identify what wasn't working last season and then get busy fixing it.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Tarek Black, he's checked in for Hibbert. Randall comes in for Brandon Bass. Lou Williams is checked in for Kobe. And it's Clarkson in for Russell. Now here's Williams. And the shot is good. Williams has got his first 2 points of the night. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Miller outside. And the pass to Pekovic. Lets it go from 14. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
A young team trying to find their place in the league can have it tough on the road, Clark, and the 2015 Timberwolves typified that sentiment.
In spades, 7-34 on the road last season. Dead last in the West as they won only 3 road games against the rest of the conference.
Now, here is Miller. Shot clock at 6. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Brown is checked in for Young. Minnesota also with the sub. Zach LaVine's checked in for Andrew Wiggins.
And with the Wolves on the road, that they shot threes better and had better offense, they would still lose by double digits on average.
Now, here's Clarkson. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
30 seconds left in the first. A step-back shot here. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
At the elbow, Randall. He's looking for Williams and finds him. From the wing. And it's Williams again missing. Now here's Muhammad. No good on that last second attempt there. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Timberwolves on top, up 2. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Kobe Bryant dealing with the wear and tear of decades in the league. He talks about how he remains effective.
Well, you have to make adjustments. You try to figure out what you can and can't do, and you have to try to learn that pretty quickly and figure out how effective you can be. And so it's just about making adjustments.
Well, at Kobe's age, and with the 2 years worth of injuries, is coming back for him just a matter of Greg adjustments? Or is that another way of saying he has to limit everyone's expectation, including his own?
You know what? When it comes to Kobe Bryant, history has shown that the normal rules just don't apply. I think it's the rest of the league that's going to have to adjust to a well-rested and still very lethal Black Mamba.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Anytime you can get to the rim consistently early in the game, it allows you to get into a good rhythm offensively.
It really does. I mean, it's a lot easier to get buckets inside. That's elementary, and they've done that through one.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Minnesota, Anthony Towns and Pekovic are up front. Martin out on the wing with Muhammad, and it's Levine in at the point. That's good. Pekovic has got the lead up to 2 now for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. The Lakers in 5th.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
That's good from Sacre. On occasions last year, the Lakers were all right on offense. Other times, they were just stagnant. There was just no motion, nothing going on.
That's a great point. And their ball movement could use some work. A lot of ISOs last season, and it killed a lot of the flow the team had in the half court.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Brandon Bass is checked in for Julius Randle. Kobe comes in for Brown. And it's Russell in for Jordan Clarkson. And so he hits both.
You know, for the Lakers, they were okay in the assist department, guys, but they were dead last in the league in secondary assists. That, to me, is indicative of an inefficient offense and also a new stat category. Well, I tell you what, that is a lot harder than it appears. You've got to get your body angle just right to shield you from the defense.
There's the pick. Williams kicks to Russell. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Garnett lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
And for the Lakers and that secondary assist stat, that just means they aren't making the extra pass, or it means they are holding on to the ball too long. Either way, it hurts the offense.
And Russell gets it to go.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Rubio the pass to Martin. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Towns kicks to Wiggins. And he lays it straight in. Wiggins has got the lead, back up to 2 now for the Timberwolves.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Well, Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
Ricky Rubio, some stats on him. He had a strong showing last season. Last season put up about 10 points a game, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. And you like what he brings backing up the point guard.
No doubt. I mean, he knows how to run this offense, and that's always valuable coming off the bench.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Sacre. Young is subbed in for Williams. Bass with the screen. The drive by Russell. It's stolen by Garnett. Rubio against Russell. Here's Wiggins. The rebound by the Lakers. Here is Bass, looking for his first basket still in this one. Takes a big height bounce and goes in.
Kevin, that's beautiful. With the guy all over him, the fadeaway was about the only option he had, and he cashed in on it.
All right, students, look who's coming on the court. Come on and get loud for your Laker girls.
A look now at where the Timberwolves ranked in the NBA last year. 6th in free throw percentage, 7th in points off turnovers. And they made their way into the top 10 in second chance points. I mean, this is a team that really emphasized chasing down missed shots, and they did a pretty good job of it.
And you look at their free throw percentage, not to be overlooked. I mean, this was a team, I thought, that did a really good job of taking advantage of their opportunities.
Gorky Dangs checked in for the Timberwolves. Martin dishes to Jang. It's tipped. Here's Garnett attacking, misses the layup. Lakers have gotten 4 of the first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Russell with a wide open look. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Now it's a 3-point Laker lead.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
In last season, the Wolves had the hardest strength of schedule in the entire league. Might have worked out for them in the end, as come lottery time, those extra losses do tend to help.
Lakers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Russell against Rubio. Russell passes to Bass. He dishes it to Young. And again, Los Angeles with the triple. Well, Greg, it would work out for Minnesota with all those losses. They got the lucky bounce, Clark, and the #1 pick in the draft.
And, you know, it's the first time in a long time that the worst team in the league actually got the top pick in the draft, allowed Minnesota to add another great young big to complement Rookie of the Year, Andrew Wiggins.
The Lakers in the lead. Russell kicks to Young. Lakers working the ball around now. Here's Bass. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Boy, and their offense scorching now. Red hot. They've really turned it on.
I just don't know if you can play any better offensively, making it look easy out there.
Now here's Wiggins. Rejected by Young. 55 seconds left now here in the second. The feed to Kobe. Launches a three. Kevin Garnett grabs the miss.
All the time in the world to get that one off. Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Again, Los Angeles.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Rubio dishes to Wiggins. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nick Young. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Some changes for the Lakers. Julius Randle's checked in for Bass. Brown comes in for Bryant. And it's Clarkson in for Russell. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Garnett. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Zach LaVine's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Miller's subbed in for Ricky Rubio.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Young with the ball. He has 5. With 2 seconds left. And it's good on the layup. And now a 6-point Laker lead.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Lakers lead by 6. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sidelines. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. Roy, I know you have just a couple seconds, but in a nutshell, what's going to be your approach going into the second half?
Well, we're just going to make sure we keep them off the board and keep them out of transition.
Thank you, Roy. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. The second quarter was when things really came together for them. And the result is they were able to build a solid 6-point lead at the half. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
They were clearly a better shooting team. Their play calling and execution were on point. It wasn't a dominant performance, but you did get an idea of how efficient they can be. They'll need to continue that kind of shooting if they want to pull away in the second half.
Shaq, what do you think about Minnesota?
The big positive, I think, their points in the paint. They were determined to work the ball inside of Ernie. It worked. It's always worked. I got 4 rings. I know it works for a fact. That's why they call me Dr. O'Neal, because I'm a master at being dominant on the inside. Anyway, you got to keep that going, because that will continue to open things up for them on the perimeter.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You look at D'Angelo Russell. What a contribution.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
And the Lakers with possession here. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Brandon Bass is out there with Young. Then there's Kobe. Then it's Roy Hibbert. And it's Russell in at the point guard. That's Byron Scott's 5 as we get into the second half. Here's Martin. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, somehow the Lakers managed to avoid ending up in last place in the West last season. Still, it's a far, far cry from the Lakers teams of the past. Only 21 wins for them on the season.
And for the Lakers against the rest of the West last year, they only went 9-43, Greg, in their own conference matchups.
Yeah, and never a good sign when less than half of your wins come against your own conference. The Lakers know they have a long road ahead of them to get back to their years of Western Conference dominance.
Lakers were awful in a lot of aspects last season, and their play at home was a major one. Greg, they just couldn't do anything at home, and I think the fans were giving up hope as well.
And given how pricey those Laker tickets are, Kevin, there was a lot to be salty out in Laker land, so can't be a bottom dweller and charge that much for seats.
You know, the Lakers were a bottom dweller last year. I mean, their home record was 12-29, guys. That was tied for the second worst mark in the NBA.
Now here's Kobe, the 11-footer, and he hits the jump shot. Bryant's got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers. The Timberwolves shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. On the wing, Wiggins, defended by Young, and it's Wiggins missing.
And you know, guys, a lot of the problems for the Lakers at home last season was with their shooting. They had the lowest three-point percentage in the league at home. Not exactly friendly bounces for them.
Now, here is Russell. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. 5 on the clock. Bryant against Martin. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
You know what? Just a little fancy on that possession there. Just go up in rhythm.
Rubio with it. Picked up by Hibbert. That's good. 6 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Well, I tell you what, Ricky Rubio has everything you want out of a player except one thing. He has to learn to shoot it better. Rubio can defend, he can pass, he can lead a team, but until he becomes a better shooter, I think he's going to short-circuit his potential.
Out the stats for Kevin Martin. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged about 20 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. and he paced the whole team in points per game last season.
Sure, his teammates knew he was their best option, so that's why they just kept feeding him the rock.
And the Lakers making a change here. Black's checked in. Knocked away. It's stolen by Martin. And here's Rubio. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And it's Martin penetrating. Good on the shot.
The assist, Ricky Rubio.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Young outside. Now the dish to Bass. And a strong finish with two hands.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
You know, when you're bad or struggling in the West, things can go south in a hurry. I mean, the Wolves ended with the worst record in the league last year at 16-66, and a lot of those losses came in their conference. Look here at how the Lakers ranked in the NBA last season. 5th in fewest turnovers per game, 5th in second chance points. And they were in the top half of the league in team rebounding as well. I think that speaks to the fact that this team aggressively goes after the basketball at every position.
Yeah, and the stat I look to, though, is the low turnovers. They did such a great job of limiting their mistakes, really maximizing their opportunities offensively.
Williams, he's checked in for the Lakers. Here's Towns, and he converts the layup. Towns has got 8 points. Here's Russell. He's got 9. Right side, Kobe. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Now, here's Rubio. Following the miss by Kobe Bryant. There's the pick. 6 to shoot. Rubio, the pass to Towns. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio.
The assist, Ricky
Rubio's got 6 assists in the game. Russell kicks to Williams. To the middle. Here's Black, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Kevin Garnett. The Lakers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
Sacre, he's checked in for Brandon Bass. And a change for the Timberwolves. Pekovic is checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Timberwolves trail. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
1 year out from the big Kevin Love for Andrew Wiggins trade, and you have to think that the Wolves are pleased. Wiggins, Clark, has looked amazing.
Yeah, to get talent from a player who wants out is one thing. To get a player of Wiggins' caliber is a whole nother level, and that's a good get for the Wolves.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Here's Black. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
And for the Love and Wiggins trade, we knew that it could take several years to properly evaluate, but Wiggins was just so good his rookie season.
Now here's Kobe, following the miss by Kevin Martin. Outside, Kobe. Shot clock at 5. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And I think that is a key part. Wiggins was so much better than anyone expected as a rookie. People figured it would take him several years to develop, but he was the most NBA-ready player of the class, and I think that caught a lot of people off guard.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Williams dishes to Sacre. That's good. And now a 6-point Laker lead.
The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
We've seen Kevin Martin getting it done. 10 points and 1 steal as well.
And his offense has matched the defensive effort today. He's been really just one of the best players on both ends.
I don't know if you could say enough about the job he's been doing in all aspects of the game. I mean, stuff in the stat sheet when you look at it.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Sacre. Julius Randle comes in for Tariq Black. Brownie's checked in for Bryant. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Russell. And then for Minnesota, Corky Dang's checked in for Towns. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Wiggins. And Andre Miller is subbed in for Ricky Rubio.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And the rejection by Jang. There's 49 seconds left to play in the third. And Muhammad gets it to go.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Brown the pass to Clarkson. And Miller with the block. But they get it back. That's good. And the Lakers lead by 4.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Muhammad, rebound the Lakers.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Clarkson kicks to Williams. And the rejection by Jang. Shot's good by Clarkson. Clarkson's got 5 points in the quarter. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? Lakers ahead, up by 7. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And the final period of play just about to start. Timberwolves trail by 7 on the court for Minnesota. They've got Zhang. Garnett out there with Shabazz Muhammad. Then it's Miller, and it's Levine in at the 2 spot. Here's Levine. Hibbert pulls it in. Hibbert's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nick Young. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Brandon Bass is checked in for Los Angeles. Russell comes in for Brown. Wiggins drives in. It's rebounded by Bass. Lakers leading by 7. Pass to Clarkson. He feeds it to Russell. Bass with the screen. Russell dishes to Bass.
And, you know, for Brandon Bass, such a big asset to Boston last year, and they're pushed to make the playoffs, especially after the Celtics had traded away several key veterans. His toughness, his strong mid-range game, that all helped.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
Kobe's checked in for the Lakers. Ricky Rubio checked in for the Timberwolves. And so Bass nails both of them.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Here's Muhammad. Misses off the left iron. And going back to Brandon Bass, he was Boston's only enforcer down low once Sullinger went out with a broken foot. At that point, Greg, no one thought the Celtics would make the playoffs, but Bass helped push them in.
And last season, one of the most meaningful in Bass's career in terms of his contributions really counting toward the bottom line. A lifetime role player, the outcomes of many games last year were swayed by how well he performed.
Now here's Bryant, just 5 to shoot. Goes up on the high post. No good. So Minnesota will take it the other way. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. And Hibbert with the block. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And guys, it looked like Nick Young had finally put it all together. I mean, he had a huge campaign 2 years ago, signs the new 4-year deal. Then last year, disaster strikes. I mean, he provided very little to the team outside of shooting the basketball. And even with that, he dropped to a career worst, 37% from the field.
Well, Greg, getting back to Young, it's tough to completely judge him on last year's numbers because he was fighting through knee injuries, ankle injuries, all kinds of things. Barkley only played 42 games.
Yeah, but when he's right, he can light it up. I mean, he's a go-to scorer, but he just never got right last season.
The free throw drops for Towns.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
And you know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, during that break, Coach Byron Scott had some words for his team. He said to them, the lead we've got now is nice, but I want to make it even nicer. This is when we put the hammer down. It doesn't look like he's ready to back off just yet, guys.
Los Angeles leading by 7. Outside Russell. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Young outside. Andrew Wiggins pulls it in. Wiggins has got his 3rd rebound on the night. On the wing, Wiggins. Off target from 3-point range.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
That's his 2nd personal foul, 3rd team foul.
So it's the Lakers now. Young passes to Russell. Kobe goes in, and he gets it to go. And the Lakers lead by 9.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Ladies and gentlemen, go Laker girls!
And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. Garnett, the screen, down low. And that is good.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now, here is Young. Pass to Bryant. Lakers working the ball around now. Hibbert with the screen. Young in the corner. Puts up a 3. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Young's got the lead up to 10 now for the Lakers.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Feeds it to Kobe. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From the line. Kobe can't get that one to fall. Timberwolves trail by 8. And Muhammad kicks to Rubio. Out left to the wing. Now Muhammad. Wiggins outside. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and the layup is up and in.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
And Young, here we go. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nick Young. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Kevin Martin, he's checked in for Muhammad.
Kevin Martin. Timeout call for Minnesota. Ladies and gentlemen, go Laker girls!
Martin dishes to Rubio. Garnett, the screen. Kobe against Martin. Passes to Garnett. He kicks to Towns. They set the pick. Dishes to Martin. 6 on the shot clock. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Los Angeles leading by 6. Left side, Kobe. 16 feet away. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
All right, Steve. Look who's coming on the court. Come on and get loud for your Laker girls.
.59 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Rubio. Now, here is Russell. Nick Young on the wing. Pocket 6. Kicks to Bass. From 13. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5.
All right, Steve. Look who's coming on the court. Come on and get loud for your Laker girls.
.19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Young with the steal. And so they foul intentionally.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And the second of 2 is good. That increases their lead to 6. 16 seconds left in the game. Towns, the pass to Rubio. He dishes it to Martin. The feed to Garnett. On the wing, Wiggins to the inside. Garnett kicks to Martin. Wiggins from outside. And so Los Angeles takes the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, and they got pushed down the stretch, but they did what they needed to do and held their ground when it mattered most and got the W.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Roy Hibbert. Roy, what does this sort of grinded-out win say about your basketball team?
We're a tough team. We like to grind wins out, and you know, sometimes it's not always pretty, but we're trying to get the job done. And our bench did a great job of keeping us in there, so I'm really happy.
A great team effort, Roy. Thank you. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And Ernie Johnson is still in the building, folks, for the postgame show. Coming up next.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kobe Bryant. What'd you notice about his performance, Kenny?
He had a very nice night from the field tonight, shooting over 50%. That smooth, soft touch was working for him tonight. No matter how tight the D played him, he was still shooting it right in their face.
Look, how many times have we seen games like this from Kobe? He was the primary option. They needed a bucket, he delivered. His game has evolved in the last few years, but the recipe was working tonight.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.